Hi, my name is Nania Owusu-Ankomah Sackey, and I'm Ghanaian. I'm a partner at Bentsi-Enchill, Letsa Ankomah, a first-year law firm in Ghana. I really have to say is my upbringing. I'm really blessed to have been raised by very hardworking parents who were also very demanding. I often say that I was really brainwashed by my parents into believing that I can always do more, always want more, always be more, and always give more. And they instilled in me certain values, the importance of work, hard work, sacrifice, diligence, perseverance, integrity, service to others, and above all, faith. And I think these values have really guided me as I've navigated through my career. My ultimate goal was to become impactful with the work I do as a legal practitioner. And therefore, becoming a partner was simply a vehicle to help me achieve that dream. I had no doubt that I was talented, but I think the biggest change I made in my life that landed me at partnership was to find my niche or specialization and to become visible. I think that combination, finding my niche or specialization or something I really enjoyed doing and I was very good at, and then being visible, people knowing me for that type of work, people knowing about my talent, about the things I was doing. I think that combination brought me work. It brought me recognition. It increased my value. And then partnership came along. And those were the things or the processes that I was required to meet to become a partner, to be able to have that recognition, to be able to bring in the business, bring in the work, and to be able to do exceptional work in your field. And that the two changes I made in my life, as I've said, finding my niche or specialization, which also made it very easy to work because I was good at what I was doing and I enjoyed it. And then becoming visible, both within my firm and outside my firm. Those two helped me achieve partnership. I think gender roles and gender socialization. And I'll explain. For me, I think the biggest challenge is balancing work and family. I'm not simply a female lawyer, but I'm also married to a lawyer, and my two brothers are also lawyers. So I think that places me in a unique position to see how gender roles can really affect career progression and affect the way you are able to attain your aims in your career. So gender roles, I mean, being the mother, being the one who has to take care of the children, being the one who has to cook and clean and do all of those things. I think those gender roles play a very important, those gender roles are an important challenge for female lawyers. And I also think gender socialization, right? Because gender roles come out of the way we have been socialized. A majority of African women, I have to say, have been socialized to follow rather than take the lead, to be silent about their accomplishments, and generally really find it difficult to communicate their value. And I think to be able to progress in your career, you need to be able to lead. You need to be able to communicate your value, and you need to be able to also communicate your accomplishments. And because of the way African women are socialized, sometimes it's difficult for them to do that. And if you don't overcome that barrier, there are people who may be doing much less than you're doing, but they'll be progressing faster than you. So really, I think gender role and gender socialization are the biggest challenges. Yes, definitely. If you have a family, you need to put in more work, and more work isn't simply that you have to be more talented, but also the time. Time is a very valuable tool, and unfortunately for most women, they have to divide their time among many things and across various responsibilities and roles, especially where you have a family. You can't spend all your time working or billing because you have a home and children who also need your time and attention. And I think having to balance the two roles are the most difficult, and it does not necessarily apply to our male counterparts. I don't think I've found the magic potion yet. It's still a work in progress, but I think one thing I've done intentionally is to make sure that when I'm working, I'm giving it my all and I maximize my time. So for various tasks throughout the day, I set for myself specific time within which I have to achieve those tasks or complete those tasks. That helps me to focus, and that helps me to maximize my time. When I'm with my family, I try to be present and get the best out of the time I have with them. And I also make sure I have a routine and I stay disciplined to the routine and the time I have allotted for various tasks. And I think that has really brought me a long way, but it's still a struggle. My words of advice for any young woman who is aspiring to become a partner. Well, I have 10 things I think they need to keep in mind. Number one, you're a business within a business. Never forget that. Invest in your business. 2, your professional development is your personal responsibility. Make time for and invest in your skill. 3, don't be afraid to take up space. Occupy and shine in your space. 4, I've already mentioned this, find an area of law that you love and focus on it. It will make working easier and more enjoyable. 5, the harder you work, the luckier you get. But don't just work hard, work smart too. The 6th piece of advice is, and I think very, very important, be visible, be visible, be visible. And I said it 3 times because it's that important. You need to be visible within your firm. You need to be visible outside your firm, and you need to be visible in your area of practice. People will only give you work if they know you, if they trust you, and if they like you. And they cannot know, trust, or like you if you are not visible. It's important to be talented, but it's equally important for others to know that you are in fact talented. So take time to ensure that you are visible. Don't let the great things you're doing go unnoticed. My 7th piece of advice is that it's important to be a great lawyer, but never forget to be a great human being. We are, after all, and that moves me into my 8th point, we are, after all, in the people business. As lawyers, we are in the people business, and it's important that you are able to deal with people well, and you're able to build relationships within and outside your firm and outside the profession. My 9th piece of advice is that it's imperative to have a life outside of your firm. Join professional associations, and groups. You'll make incredible friends while learning things that otherwise you won't learn while doing your regular work at your firm. And number 10, I think, pace yourself. The point is really to make it through the journey and not to burn out halfway through. So make sure you're pacing yourself, you're giving yourself rest, and you are running a marathon and not a race. I think those are 10 things to keep in mind if you are aspiring to become a partner at your firm. Well, let me start first with, as a person, I think my long-term goal is to be impactful. And as a lawyer, my idea of being a successful lawyer is making an impact in the profession. So ultimately, I hope I can help lawyers to become better lawyers and to raise the bar. I also want to be able to contribute to the profession so that I leave it better than I found it. That really is my ultimate dream. It's not so much about making money. It's not so much about gaining recognition, but I think it's about making an impact and leaving the profession better than you met it. Those are my plans.